Cricket presents The Warm-Up. Hey everybody, I'm Neil Beasley, and we've already got some great storylines brewing very early on in this Texas high school football season, so let's get you warmed up for this week. District play is underway in North Texas, including a monster matchup in Southlake Friday night. Let's preview some of these games in the lineup. It was only a year ago when Byron Nelson beat Southlake Carroll at Northwest ISD Stadium to secure the District 4-6A title. Now the Dragons got their revenge big time in the postseason, but Riley Dodge's bunch still has a sour taste in their mouth from losing that district title. Well, Friday night at Dragon Stadium opens district play in 4-6A, and just so happens the Bobcats are coming to Southlake. Byron Nelson has had two thrilling victories to start off the season, including last week's come-from-behind win against Louisville. Grant Bizjack has himself a favorite target as he hooked up with Leo Almanza for 3 touchdowns on the night. Carroll has been using the running tandem of Riley Wormley and Davis Penn to gobble yardage. They pile up 59 points last week against Hebron. This game will go a long way in determining a district champ in 4-6A. Another huge matchup takes place in Crowley as Denton Geyer comes to town to take on North Crowley, the Panthers. What more can you say about North Crowley? They're coming off one of the biggest wins in school history as they defeated Desoto 57-51 on the road. The Panthers have proven they belong in the state championship conversation and now have a true dynamic duo as Chris Jimerson Jr. and Quentin Gibson have combined for 7 touchdowns in just 2 games. With Cornelius Warren and Daniel Bray both eclipsing 100 yards rushing last week, this Panther offense is on point. However, Geyer has beaten 12-time state champions Aledo and Arlington Martin so far this year and have Oklahoma commit Kevin Sperry behind center and a stingy defense too. This one will be a good tussle as well. Louisville hosts Rockwall Friday night in a nice non-district affair. However, the status of Rockwall quarterback Landon Locke unclear after he got hurt in their loss to Lake Travis. Louisville is coming off a loss to Byron Nelson where they let a lead slip away in the 4th. Could be enough to light a fire under the Fightin' Farmers to not take another L in non-district play. Rockwall's Jameer Wilson ran for over 155 yards, while Cameron Marsh pulled down 10 receptions. Louisville has been relying on young talent like running back Tenell Hill to make plays for that Farmer offense.
Freeflation leaves economists baffled. Getting more for less? It's true for those who switch to Cricket and get a free Samsung Galaxy A14 5G. Smile, you're on Cricket.
Our Inside High School insider, Matt Diggs, gives us his thoughts on some of the key matchups in the picks.
District play gets started in 9 area districts this week, so we'll start off looking at our picks at one of the bigger district games, Prosper Walnut Grove versus Frisco Emerson. This is your prototypical offense versus defense. Defense usually wins these battles, but we just don't know how good Prosper Walnut Grove's offense is. They've been putting up video game numbers so far. Hayes Hackney at quarterback as a freshman has been out of his mind, playing above his grade, as it were. Cam Newton at running back has given them a lot of stability and taken a lot of pressure off of Hackney as a freshman to keep him from making some of those freshman mistakes. But this time they're going to get pushed defensively by one of the best defenses in the area in Frisco Emerson, also an incredible special teams player. Agape Lawrence has been one of the best players in the state of Texas defensively. He single-handedly disrupts many offensive flows, and I think he's going to do that again with Walnut Grove. Again, I don't know what we're going to get with Walnut Grove, but I know Frisco Emerson's defense will be loaded to bear. I'm taking Frisco Emerson to win this game by 14 points. Flower Mound versus Lake Highlands is another fascinating game between two teams that were under our radar but have currently made it to our perspective. Noah Spinks has been great for Flower Mound. He has found 9 different receivers in this last game. Marcus Simpson has done great at running back. Lake Highlands is one-dimensional right now, but that one dimension is really good. They like to run the ball, and they like not to throw the ball, and they haven't needed to throw the ball. I think against Flower Mound, they're going to need to throw the ball, and I don't know if they can. But Christian Rhodes has been fantastic at running back. So I think that Lake Highlands is going to do a little bit of damage against Flower Mound, but I think Flower Mound just has more weapons. I like Flower Mound to win that game by a touchdown. The story in Louisville versus Rockwall is who's going to be healthy. Louisville has had several major injuries, but so has Rockwall. Sean Oliver on the defensive side of the ball has been incredible for Louisville. He's probably Defensive Player of the Year. Trey Williams, Tennell Hill, Derek Martin, Landon Bogany, these are names you need to watch out for Louisville. 3 of those names are sophomores, so these are going to be kids that you're going to be seeing for the next couple of years. But Rockwall, they've got Jameer Wilson at running back, who has taken over at the running back position and has continued to further that tradition of Rockwall. Tristan Gooch, Jack Duckworth are 2 reliable receivers for whoever Rockwall will have at quarterback. I think Louisville, though, at home should be considered the favorite in that game. Our last game we're going to look at is Byron Nelson versus Southlake Carroll. I'm calling Byron Nelson the cardiac golfers for the way they're playing football right now. They've won their last 2 games in the fourth quarter, in the last minute of the game, with late game heroics after coming back from 2 scores down. They got Leo and Parker Almanza, who are playing both ways and on special teams. Grant Bizjack has been fantastic at quarterback. Southlake Carroll, for me, just has too much depth. Angelo Renda has been great at quarterback. He's been kind of a gatekeeper. He's just throwing the ball around. They're not asking him to do too much. Davis Penn and Riley Wormley are being great at running back. But what Southlake Carroll has are the players you're not seeing in the box scores. Their secondary is playing great. Their linebackers are playing great. The offensive and defensive line are really opening up huge holes, forcing turnovers, and causing all kinds of havoc. I think Southlake Carroll will only be up by a little bit by halftime, but by the end of the game, I think they will be up by 3 scores. I'm the Professor, and those are my Week 3 picks.
We caught up with a big-time athlete from the gridiron in this week's Recruiting Trail.
What are you looking for into a college program?
I mean, just a program that has success, a program I can trust on and off the field, and also a program that can develop me to be the best person on and off the field.
And how do you want to fit inside these college programs? So no matter if you come into the fall, the spring, or maybe even summer camp, like how do you want to fit inside a college program?
And I just want to go in, put my head down and work, and whatever that leads to, I'm ready for it.
All right, now let's talk about yourself as a player on the field and off the field. So who is Deondrae?
Man, I describe myself as a hard-working, quiet. I won't say quiet, but doesn't talk too much. Just show off I would say, the type of player I am. I'm not a talking, but I always lead by action. Do I think I am?
All right, now what do you want the fan bases to know about you? So what you want, whatever college you decide to go to, what you want the fan base to know about you?
That I'm a playmaker and then I'm a good fit for your program.
All right, now what are some things you're looking to accomplish before you graduate high school? So it can be on the field accolades and then also could be inside the classroom.
And just achieving all A's this semester. Of course, winning my 3rd straight state championship. And also I would like everybody on my team to accomplish like receiving any type of scholarship. It don't matter what level it is.
What is the legacy that you want to leave out as you're going on to the next phase of your career? So what do you want the folks to know about you and then also Desoto?
I want them to know that I'm a consistent player, have my 3rd straight 1,000 plus season, I want to leave a third state championship. Not too many people can say they accomplished that. And I want to know that I want people to know DeSoto as a legacy program, a program that consistent, that grinds, that keeps the hard work coming in, coming out.
Cricket Wireless has an offer that's going to blow up your group chat. 4 lines for only $25 per month each with nationwide 5G. Smile, you're on Cricket.
Our producer, Ward Fasold, caught up with Byron Nelson head coach Travis Pride to talk about his matchup with the Dragons in this week's Media Day segment.
All right, I'm joined with Travis Pride, head coach at Byron Nelson. And coach, first of all, really tough, first two games for you as you guys had to come from behind against Louisville. You found yourself a combination here that the whole Metroplex loves to see, the Bizjack to Almanza connection, which worked 3 times for you. How do you feel about your team going through those first 2 non-district games?
Well, I think, I was proud of the kids. We got plenty to work on, like I told the kids and the staff, but there's something, there's something to give credit to the kids for their resiliency and overcoming adversity and fighting through some situations that we had to overcome. But 2 really good football teams. I think Friendship is a very solid football program. Well coached, got some really talented players, and then Louisville, Coach Odell does a great job over there, and they got some big physical kids. So I knew coming out of the gate we had some big challenges. You start with them, you got Louisville, you got South Lake Carroll, then you got Trinity right after that. So our first 4 ball games are all big ones.
Yeah, I was going to say, if you found yourself in a 9-team district, that's fine. You don't have to run around trying to find non-district games, but it also means you start district play in games that count a lot earlier than most people do. Not only that, you get the team that you knocked off as the district title last year, and I'm sure they want revenge, and you got to head over to Dragon Stadium. They got the revenge in the playoffs, but they want that district title back. Talk about the challenges you have going into Dragon Stadium this Friday night.
Well, anytime you play South Lake, it's going to be, it's going to be a battle. They've got what I've told everyone I talked to, we've been trying to build here for years as a program. They've got a great program. So some teams have a good team from year to year, and some people have a program. South Lake certainly got a good program. So year in and year out, they're going to kind of reload, and they're going to always, be in the hunt for a district championship. We had our first one last year. And I'm hoping they feel like they got their revenge after the playoffs. So maybe they're not, we kind of stirred the hornet's nest a little bit. So hopefully that they're, we're back to even kill. So anyway, but our kids, they prepared for this. So it'll, I anticipate a great ball game. I know South Lake will be ready, and hopefully we'll have our program ready as well.
A coach's dream is to kind of coast through those first 2 non-district games, but you had to come from behind. You had to struggle. You had close games throughout. Is that going to make you guys a better team come through district play, knowing that you can handle your business late in games and not fizzle out if you fall behind?
Yeah, I hope so. I mean, every coach out there and everyone that studies the game of football, they understand each year you're going to have a different kind of a chemistry about the kids, and it does show a lot of character on our kids. They're certainly not quitters. And that can be beneficial to us down the road. Obviously, like you said, we'd rather jump out ahead and stay ahead, and everyone's relaxed all the way through the end of the game. But that's not how real football works, especially not when you're playing solid football programs and teams out there. So I think it'll help.
Well, this is going to be a fun one Friday night to start off district play. Thank you for joining me, Coach, and good luck Friday night.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Hey, that'll do it for today's show. Thanks for joining us, and we leave you as usual with Professor Diggs' DFW rankings. District play starts tonight.